This article that's posted by People that was sent to me by Darren McNeil is additional information that has come out about Brett Hankinson, who you know was one of the terrorists involved with the shooting death of Breonna Taylor, and as far as I'm concerned, the attempted murder of her boyfriend Kenneth Walker. Now, the information I'm about to bring to you has nothing to do with the case per se, but it has something to do with something outside of that. And when I looked at it, I said, I have a feeling this guy might have had some incel tendencies and problem getting women. So basically what has come out is that two women, I don't know who they are, came out and said that this individual, Brett Hankinson, sexually assaulted them. Now, if we take a step back, I said that I believe Kenneth Walker was targeted by Brett Hankinson because it was one part of the story that I had read a few videos back, or the last time I spoke about it, that said that they had an encounter, I think back in 2016, when some woman was talking to Kenneth Walker and to him, but he got upset about it. And then ever since then, it's like he had Kenneth Walker on his radar. Like they always found a way to have a run-in with each other. And the run-in that he had with Breonna Taylor was the one that he felt was going to be the last one he had. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Unfortunately, also, Breonna Taylor had to lose her life behind his actions. And I can't help but think that this guy was the ringleader in all of this, because what I'm noticing is that he keeps coming up in the forefront for a lot of things outside of the other two that were there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and read a piece of the article, not the entire thing, because it then brings up or goes into the story with Breonna Taylor and Kenneth Walker in that night. And we pretty much are already aware of all of that. But it says allegations of sexual assault have surfaced against one of the three white officers accused in the death of Breonna Taylor, a 26-year-old unarmed black EMT and aspiring nurse in Louisville, Kentucky, who was fatally shot March 13th by terrorists while they carried out a search warrant on the wrong apartment. The allegations against Officer Brett Hankinson, raised last week by two women on social media, attracted the attention of Louisville Metro Police, which has reached out to the women so the department's public integrity unit can initiate and conduct an investigation. I don't trust their so-called investigation because they have yet to even criminally charge these three terrorists for the death of Breonna. As far as I'm concerned, I can't even call it murder because they haven't been charged with anything. So I can only say death. Journalism 101. However, they wanted to charge Kenneth Walker, her boyfriend, with attempted murder on one of the cops that got shot in the leg. Of course, we know by now those charges have been dropped thanks to Judge Olu Stevens. Somebody out there, please help me make it make sense. It says an attorney for Hankinson could not immediately be reached. People was unable to reach or independently verify the accounts of either woman. Taylor's case has been swept up in protests across the country over the death of George Floyd, an unarmed black man who was killed. He was murdered May 25th in police custody when a white Minneapolis terrorist, the devil, known as Derek Chauvin, held his knee to Floyd's neck for almost 9 minutes. He has been charged with Floyd's murder, while three others on the scene were charged with aiding and abetting second-degree murder and aiding and abetting second-degree manslaughter. None have entered any pleas. They said after these three right here was involved with the killing of Breonna Taylor, they were placed on administrative leave and they have not been criminally charged in connection with the shooting. Mind you, this all happened back in March, and here we are in June. It is June 9th when I'm recording this video. We're talking almost 3 months. About 3 months since that happened. And none of them have been charged. And people wonder why people feel the way that they do against law enforcement. They are responsible for her death, but the first person they wanted to charge was her boyfriend for attempted murder, for defending himself while doing and initiating a no-knock warrant. Now, wouldn't that be something if they actually found out that these women's stories were true and he gets charged for that? That would remind me of the situation with, again, Jeremy Martis and his dad, in which he, in my opinion, was responsible for his son's death But instead of charging him for that and his connection with that, they charged him the following year for a domestic dispute with him and his at the time spouse. That's what this would kind of remind me of. Not saying that if they charge him with this, get him for everything you can, but they are not getting him for what they should be getting him on, and that's him playing a role in the murder of this woman. But like I said, listening to this, reading what I just read, and the history that he had when he first encountered Kenneth Walker does not surprise me. And he just screams he has maybe some incel tendencies and problems dealing with women.